Hi, my name is Kara Parnes. I am currently living in North Carolina studying to become a teacher. This is my ePortfolio, so this is my home page of my ePortfolio that I've created. My ePortfolio contains all of the work that I've done over this course, all of the things I've learned, all about me, who I am, why I've chosen to become a teacher, my teaching philosophy of how I believe that students should learn, how a classroom should be set up, and how to integrate technology within my classroom. I then have my instructional technology section where I speak about the technology that I have learned to use, the technology that I have found works best when teaching. I then have my TPAC lesson plan where I have created an entire lesson based around using certain pieces of technology to get students to work a certain way or to get them to engage in a lesson in a certain way. And then at the end, I also have my contact information. So I will start here on my homepage. You can see that I've created a online digital little picture character. Within that is all the words I've created in the shape of a heart because I love learning, and I have added or included all of the words that I feel are really necessary to live by and kind of make well known while teaching. So for example, I have technology because I think technology is an amazing way to teach children and a great use of a resource. I also have inclusivity, making sure everyone of all different learning styles and expressions is able to be included in a lesson and learn. And then collaboration, because I find that collaborating with other teachers and students collaborating with other peers is an extremely important way for us to better ourselves in our educational journeys and as educators. I will now move on to my About Me page. So a little bit about me is my name is Kara Parnes. I'm a rising senior at East Carolina University. I am studying special education in the adapted curriculum. I lived in Boston, Massachusetts my entire life prior to moving to Greenville, North Carolina to study at East Carolina University. I've known my entire life that being a teacher was what I wanted to do. It was right for me, and it was the path that I'm supposed to be taking. I was able to have incredible experiences in high school that led me to the realization that this is the profession for me, and what I can do and what I've been able to learn will be able to help my students. Last thing on here is I just added a picture of myself. I will now move on to my teaching philosophy. So you can see on this page of my ePortfolio, I have my teaching philosophy and a picture neatly laid out. So my teaching philosophy is based off the idea that I want my students to enjoy learning, and I want them to take pride in that. I want my students to be excited to come to class and not just feel as though it's something that they have to do. I think it's very important to create a space within your classroom where your students feel comfortable and safe, whether that's asking questions, learning, working with their peers, working with their teacher. I believe that a classroom should be set up both physically and curriculum-wise that promotes conversation, collaboration, where students feel that they can work with people and learn how to work with people in an appropriate way. I also feel as though in a classroom, you should give your students as much freedom as possible. A lot of times, students become frustrated with their learning because they have no control over their learning, how they process the information, or how they are able to portray the information that they have learned. I think it's extremely important that whenever we are able, as educators, that we give our students the freedoms within the classroom to work as they please. Obviously within limits. I think it's a really great idea to be able to give students multiple means of expression while expressing the knowledge that they've learned, whether that's having them pick from 3 to 5 different digital platforms to portray their work. I think it's really, really important. I think also that comes with responsibility, and I think as teachers, it's our responsibility to set out guidelines and expectations for our students that do promote a healthy classroom environment. I believe in keeping a clean and organized classroom. I believe that a clear workspace to collaborate with other students helps students maintain a clear mindset where they are able to focus on their work. And I believe, bringing in the technology piece, I believe that technology is an incredible use within the classroom to promote participation and involvement. For so many years, students have been given the same way to portray and express their information. And I think that bringing in technology creates a whole new side. It can be more interactive. You get students involved more and they are excited about their learning. It also gives them access to resource and professionals in different fields across many different topics. Across the globe, they are able to talk to professionals about their research, their findings, all over the world, and they're not just limited to what is in a travelable distance to them. This next section is my instructional technology page. So here you are able to see I'm just scrolling, but you are able to see all of the different work that I have completed throughout this course. I'll start with my IT instructional technology number 6. I was able to take a digital citizenship and safety course, and I was able to learn about how to teach children to be safe on the internet, how to teach them how to use the internet, and what is a good, bad, how can they stay safe, because the most important thing as a teacher, especially when bringing technology into the conversation, is that our students are staying safe while using the internet. The next piece of IT that I used is I was able to do an hour of code. I found this extremely interesting. As somebody who had never participated in an hour of code or learning how to code before, it was very difficult at first, and it really made me think about how technology works. It made me think about the way that I was thinking about technology, how there are so many small steps to be taken every time that we're using technology, and what makes technology what it is. I found it extremely interesting. This last IT that I'll show you is a Civil War quiz. It is an open-ended and closed-ended questions. I created this on the topic of the Civil War. This is using Nearpod. I'll open it up. So if you just see, you can click through and students are able to ask questions. So this next one is Missouri, Kentucky, Delaware, and Maryland were considered blank states. And then here in this text box, I would have the students enter their answers. So you can see, I'll go back to another question. Please state what years the war started and ended. So it's just a way to be able to grade quizzes, and it's great because I am able to see the students' responses immediately and grade them all in the same place instead of having it on pieces of paper or other platforms. This next section is my lesson plan. My topic was speaking and listening. My subject area and grade level was English Language Arts, grade 5. It took place over 150 minutes or 5 class periods or over days. What I was asking the students to do was create or pick a topic, a key player or event that happened within the Civil War, where my students would pick a person or an event, and they would create a project or a presentation using either Google Slides, Prezi, or iMovie, and they would create a trailer or a short presentation. At the bottom here, I have, on this Google Doc, I have the grading rubric that I would use. It talks about all the different components of the project that they need to have within their final product. And my last page is my contact page. It has my Twitter handle, and this is how anybody who needs to get in contact with me can. I check this regularly, and thank you so much.